Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I've actually been under the weather. This baby is kicking my butt, and pregnancy is ghetto, guys. Pregnancy is just ghetto. Ghetto for me. I envy all the moms out there that have these beautiful pregnancies where y'all can look good and feel good. Me, it's only one or the other. It's either I look good and I don't feel good, or I feel good and I don't look good. It's one or the other. It's a flip of a coin, but I'm always on the short end of the stick where I do not feel good when I'm pregnant. But I am back. I'm just here to do a quick little session of Nursing 101. Basically, 2023 nurses are broke. Yes, and I say this because I actually met a couple of travel nurses who are basically trying to go back to full-time. They are looking for something different. They actually want nursing to be back to, in a way, how it was, but this time with more financial liberation, more financial knowledge, and, actually knowing how to say no versus being taken advantage of when we were all, new nurses working full-time, being brainwashed to believe you got to be in one hospital for X amount of years and get a pension, and, sometimes you make it, sometimes you don't. Get to spend it before you die, and so forth and so on. But this time around, they want to be full-time, but with more sense of better money management, and realize that travel nursing is not something stable. It's not for everyone. Everybody thought it was for everyone, but in reality, it's not for everyone. It's one of those things where you take that opportunity, make some money, get out, and make a normal, whatever you consider normal, or a stable living for you and your family. And that was literally how I took travel nursing. It's just something that I dip into if I need to take care of something or put us at a certain level in my home. And then I would just go back to something that I feel much more comfortable and I don't feel too much pressured. So in my case right now, I'm not working because of my pregnancy. I actually did a contract not too long ago, and I actually have the breakdown of that old video of how horrible the rates were on my side of town. And I literally just took it just because of the fact that after my mom passed this year, I did not work for 6 months out of the whole year, and then I only worked for 4 months just to do the contract, and now I'm back to not working again. But because of the fact that I was financially literate with my money, and I was very frugal, and I didn't go crazy, with the spending and all that, I was able to only work 4 months out of this whole year and didn't get affected at all, and didn't feel like, I have to go back to work because I have no money. But, I was able to keep that balance and actually be able to be comfortable at home and actually enjoy my pregnancy. This is actually the first pregnancy where I almost did not work for the whole year, and everything was still being able to take care of. Granted that we do live in a home with 2 financial income, but me not working wasn't a big burden on my husband. The fact that I didn't work, we were still good. The kids were still able to go to school. School was still being paid for. Everything was still being paid for. And we're okay. I'm just ready to have this baby and get the hell out of the house. I actually want to go to work. I am stuck here, and I hate it here. But anywho, it's nice being home. But all that time I joke about being a stay-at-home mom, that ain't for me. But anywho, let's just start off with 2023 nurses are broke. And I have 8 talking points. The video is not going to be too long. I know I already just took 4 minutes of it already, but the video is not going to be too long. I'm going to keep it nice and short, but I have 8 talking points. So let's start. So, number 1, not having a budget. That is the biggest issue as to why the 2023 nurses are broke. Last year, everybody was living a good life. The year before that, 2021, everybody was living that good life. 2020, when COVID hit, Oh yeah, best believe everybody was living that good life. That money was coming in, it was rolling in. And you want to know something? Not everyone had a budget. Some people probably did. Some people had goals to knock out certain bills and debts, but not everyone had a budget because everyone believed that this money would have just stayed around. But I already knew it was one of those things you get in, you get out. The money is not going to always be there. And everybody's over here balling out of control. I've had friends that, that bought expensive cars that they can't even keep up with the maintenance anymore because the money isn't coming in the way it used to. They bought these $1 million houses. Now the mortgage is out of control and they can't even pay for it. The fact that a budget wasn't set is the reason why many of the 2023 nurses are broke, and they're over here working that overtime, complaining about the pay rates that they're receiving now as a travel nurse, refusing to take some assignments because they said that money's not enough. But in reality, travel nursing is getting so saturated, they got to spread that money out and share with everybody else. And it's basically like you're going right back to staff nursing. Look at my previous video of a 2023 contract, an actual contract, and how much the rate was. And the only reason why I actually worked that contract was because of the stipend. But if the stipend wasn't as much as it was, I wouldn't have worked that contract because the rate was just ridiculous. But down south, that's what it is. If you're working up north, you'll probably get, a little bit more, but it's not going to be a significant difference to what you're getting down south unless it's like one of them cold places like right now. A lot of people don't like to work in the snow, but there's some people that's willing to go. But at the same time, it also depends on your specialty. And if you don't have that specialty, you're not going to get that specific rate. I have not seen a contract no higher than, let me see, $5,500 a week, but that's because it's a specialty. And on top of that, they get you with the 48 hours a week also. It's not a 36-hour a week type of thing. So, when you're going to travel, you need to have a budget. Because if you don't have a budget, you think you're going to have it the whole time. And in reality, they can just cut your contract when they feel like it. And that's something that's been happening a lot because a lot of people would expect like, yeah, I'm going to have this contract. I'm going to work this amount of weeks and I'm going to plan this out and da-da-da. And then they cut you midway. And now what? Number two, a lot of people are not attacking their loans. That was one of the first things I did. Like, I don't have, student loans, never did, because I've always paid out of pocket when it came to everything. I wasn't one of those nurses that were like, yeah, I'm going to go to this university and brag like, yeah, I graduated from this university and blah, 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 whatever. I took my ass to community college because you want to know something? At the end of the day, it does not say what college I graduated from on my RN license. It's nice to put that on paper, but, there are a lot of well-respected community colleges that a lot of places respect because they know their standards. And, you don't have to graduate from a crazy university. All my time of being in nursing school, one thing I always told myself is I do not want student loans. And if I can find a way to not pay student loans, I will not pay student loans. I actually went to Miami-Dade College when I was living in Miami, and I paid for everything out of pocket. And by the grace of God, when I got to nursing school, I ended up getting the Baptist scholarship, and that ended up paying for nursing school for me. So when I initially graduated my associate, I had no loans. When I went back for my bachelor's, I was already working as a nurse, and that money, I paid it out of pocket because I did not want a loan. Like, while everybody else was, just becoming a nurse, the first thing they usually do is change their cars. I did that after I got my bachelor's. I actually waited, saved a little bit of money, so when I actually do put a down payment on a car, it would not be something crazy. I ended up getting my first actual car where I was actually making a payment on. I actually ended up getting a Lexus NX200T around that time. But I always made sure that I did not have any student loans because I don't like debt. I don't like bills. I don't like owing. That's just my thing. And that's really what's really dragging a lot of people. I know you guys are waiting on that Biden to dismiss your student loans, blah, blah, blah. I'm not concerned about that. That does not even bother me because I already made in my mind that I want to be debt free, and I would rather go to a community college than to be accepted into a big university and collect all those loans and already, starting back rather than forward when I'm starting with my career in my life. So a lot of the travel nurses that, that made that money 2-3 years ago, they paid for everything else but their loans. And I find that absolutely crazy because the moment that I actually started making some money off of the COVID money, I started paying credit cards. I started paying, getting ahead of my car note. I started, putting money aside in case of emergency before I even thought about actually taking myself out on a shopping spree. And unfortunately, it's something I actually never did. I keep telling myself I'm going to do it. Never did because I'm one of those parents where like I feel guilty and I'd rather like do for my kids and have like a little family vacation versus, going out and spending money. But number 2, not attacking your debt is why most of these nurses right now are broke and they're working their asses off. Number 3, luxury items. Listen, I have a couple of bags here and there, but I was not going crazy blowing a bag at Louis. I was not going crazy blowing a bag at Gucci. I was not doing none of those things because I already had my mind on how the money was going to be spent. Yes, it was tempting. Yes, I like nice things. Yes, you have social media all around you and everybody's flexing this, flexing that. But at the end of the day, I know social media is fake. And, I'm not one of them people to fall under the pressure of social media. It is what it is, but a lot of things that got a lot of people was the luxury item. And the crazy thing is, some luxury items, you can actually like use them as investment bags. Cause I have a lot of bags that I do have, but I tell my husband all the time, it's an investment bag. I said, babe, if one day that we go broke, I will sell these bags. That's why I don't use them too much. They still look brand new. But some people, they buy them to flex. Me, I'm like, if I'm buying this, if I go broke, I'm selling this bag. I might not get the price for it, but I'm going to get a couple of change for it. But yeah, luxury items was a big thing. Like if you look back in 2020, 2021, you can even say 2022, the sales that these places were receiving was astronomical. How much things were selling out when it came to luxury items because everybody had that money to spend. Now, yeah, I can't say the same. Another thing, cash, but no credit. Once again, this brings us back to paying out your loans, paying out your debts. Yeah, you got the cash, but you don't have the credit to get what you need. What's the point of having cash if you don't have credit? When credit is really what gets you around when it comes to certain things. Credit is what really have the banks actually taking you serious, because you can have all the cash in the world and then your credit is a 580. No one's going to take you serious. You'll be homeless with cash. And yeah, there's little mom and pop places that'll take you, but do you really want to be there, or do you want to be in a legitimate place? It's just like getting a car from an actual, a legitimate dealership versus a little mom and pop place that can screw you over at the end of the day. That's another reason why these nurses are broke. They got cash, but they have no credit. And for some reason, I noticed that it is very hard for people to pay the things that they need to pay, but they will pay for the things that they want. Like your credit is very important. And like I said, the moment the money started coming in, I started paying down my credit cards, catching up on stuff, and I saw my credit score flew high to the sky. And I was more excited that my credit score was there versus not having, tens and thousands of, cash when I could. That was more important to me because at the end of the day, if I don't have the cash and if I need a loan, I know for a fact I will always be guaranteed, credit. So that's another big thing. Credit cards and Afterpay. That, more so Afterpay. Afterpay, pay in fours, all this new nonsense that they have now. That shit is the biggest scam, to be honest with you. Because now it's like you're getting into multiple mini payments, and all those multiple mini payments, they add up. I actually do like Afterpay, I would say like once in a blue moon, because I'm the type of person, I just want to pay for it and get it over it and not have to come back to it. And like, I'm the type of person, I monitor my account, and like, let's say if something that's other than a reoccurring bill that I'm expecting to come out at a certain day comes out and it comes out, I'm like, what the heck is this? I don't care if it's $20. I'm like, what is this, and why is this coming out of my account? And I'll call my bank right away. I don't care if they make me look stupid talking about, oh yeah, it looks like this, and I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. But Afterpay, what is that other one? Karma or something like that. And, you know, Pay in 4, PayPal, make payments on PayPal. All that catches up to you. And that also causes you to be in debt. Because imagine if you only have, like, I don't know, you paid all your bills and you're waiting to get paid Friday, but it's already Monday. And then that little Afterpay sneak up behind you, and then boom, you're overdraft. You know, I'm not saying that everyone, you know, is in that position, but that's just an example, you know. Another thing is not investing in your future. Investing as in actually saving and actually putting your money in an investment. One of the first things I did when I started traveling was that the 401k that I had when I was working, I put that in an IRA. And I realized that's more beneficial to me because I'm able to control how much money I'm actually putting in. I worked at a specific hospital, I'm not going to name it, for 4 years. I worked there for 4 years, and when I left that hospital, I actually called and asked for my 401k, everything that was in my 401k for those 4 years. And I told them I was going to put it in an IRA account. So, you know, I went through the process. They sent me my check. And when I got the check, I'm like, in 4 years of working with you guys, this is how much money I had in my 401k? Guys, I kid you not, it was $6,000. In 4 years, I only had $6,000 in that 401k. And I was the type of person that would, like, you know, put down to take a little extra out on whatever is being pulled out in my 401k, versus an IRA, you could put up to $6,000 a year, $6,000 minimum a year, or $6,500 depending on where you're doing it, a year minimum. But in 4 years, it was only $6,000. I was shocked, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna actually take control of this in my retirement and all that, and that's basically what I decided to do since then. So every year, minimum of at least $6,500 or $6,000 goes into my IRA when it comes to retirement. Because if you leave it in these hospital hands, this is what you're getting. In 4 years and $6,000, when I could have did that, you know, myself in a year, and it would, you know, at the end of the day, it benefits me more, and I would already have more in there. So a lot of these nurses are not investing in themselves, and they did not take advantage of the COVID money that they have. And now, you know, we're here, you know, back to, I'm not going to say square one, because some are actually in a better position than others, but those that was flexing for the gram and doing all that craziness, yeah, you're back to square one. You're trying to go back to staff to try to make some money, and, you know, hey, it is what it is. Another thing is living the YOLO lifestyle. I always have that one friend that's always like, it's okay, I'm going to spend that, but I can make that money back in a week. No, don't live like that. Don't live like that, because like how I said before, that contract could be taken right from under your butt. It could be cut in half depending on how the hospital feels. If the hospital feel like they're paying too much or there's too much travel nursing, they will cut your contract without you even knowing, without even giving you a warning. You know, you're living that YOLO lifestyle. You only live once. It's cool, but you can live it, you know, with a plan. You know where your money's going. You know how much money you have, how much money you have left. At least be strategic with it. And I realized that a lot of nurses that are traveling, they're not strategic with their money, and they just think it's just going to come around. I'm just going to work another schedule. I'm just going to work another shift. I'm just going to work an extra shift. Yeah, you working that extra shift, but at the end of the day, when income tax come around, and now you got to pay money back, because some of them actually choose to not pay for taxes, that's another issue. So living that YOLO lifestyle, that is not a good idea. If you're single with no kids, no husband, you can take that gamble. But those that have kids and, you know, a husband and whatever, you know, just be strategic on how you're living your life so you don't end up being one of them broke 2023 nurses that, you know, that are out there now. But that's it for my video. I try to keep it nice and short, and you guys can come back for more. You know, I have my little nursing little one-on-one insights that comes to me sometimes, and, you know, stories that come to me, and I love to share with everyone. But I will catch you guys later. I hope I feel better. Florida's acting real ghetto. I woke up today, it was like 49 on my side of town. I don't know what's going on, but I'm sick of it. But thank you for watching, and thank you for staying at the end of the video. And I will have more videos coming, I promise. They're probably going to be most likely pregnancy videos because I'm getting to the final countdown. I'm ready to pack this bag and have this baby. Guys, I'm ready to lose this weight. I'm pushing almost 200 pounds. Like, it's not showing, but I'm all belly. But thank you for watching this video. Please give it a like, subscribe, please share, and I will see you guys later. Bye.